Okay, this is a short demonstration of the Access database that I've written to track my stamp collection. When you first open it, it displays the actual collection. Right now I've only got 118 stamps entered. It's a slow process. I'm converting it over from an older version. This screen shows the basic information on the stamp. It's got some information on what the collecting area is and the type of stamp. Some information on the set name, numbers, years, and any notes that are specific to the set. The variation notes contains information on this particular issue as opposed to the set as a whole. For example, being able to differentiate these two stamps by this is a first printing, this is a second printing. It's got further catalog information. It's got drop-down boxes that allow you to choose the condition and the grade. With regards to the condition and the grade, there's a cap price listed down here that it pulls out of the catalog and lists. If there is a condition that there is no catalog price for example, this particular stamp, there's a mint hinged price in the catalog, but there is no mint not hinged. When I select mint not hinged on this box, it will automatically pull the nearest related one if there is no mint not hinged price and display a little notice that it's not the actual mint not hinged price. If I was to switch this to mint hinged, it would still pull the mint hinged price, but now it would do away with that notice. And as you can see, I can flip down to used, it'll pull the used price. If I go to mint no gum, there is no mint no gum price listed, so it will pull the mint hinged price. It's got a place for additional notes here, and it's got a photo. If you want to change the photo, you can hit update photo, and it will give you the option to change the photo. I've got a bunch of stock photos that are loaded into the database with the catalog entry showing most of the major variations. I don't have them for a lot of the more minor variations. But when you click update photo, if there is a stock photo available, it'll let you know, or you can see stock photo, or I can load photo and go manually choose my own photo, or I can just say no photo. It's got a photo button over here. If you click that, it will pop up an enlarged version of the photo. Catalog numbers down here at the right. And as with the other collection screen, I can manually cycle through them. If I flip back over to the collection, it will take me right back where I left off on the photos, and I can still manually cycle through them. Down here at the bottom, it's got a total purchase price and total catalog value. This is running total of the total purchase price of all the stamps that are in the database and the total catalog value of all the stamps that are in the database. Got boxes here for purchase price in dollar and euro. I have an option up here at the top right to switch from euro to dollars. It won't switch these purchase price boxes because these are specifically coded for dollars and euro, but the catalog prices, the total purchase price, the total catalog value, I can flip to dollars and it will change these three, or I can flip back to euro. These boxes up at the top are filter boxes. I can filter by collecting area, set number, or catalog number. The set number and catalog number are empty until you choose a collecting area. So I can say show me the Flemish Legion, and after that I can then choose a specific subset or a specific catalog number. You can see there's 44 Flemish Legions. I could say show me this particular subset, and it would jump me to that particular subset, which there's only 2 of. Or I could clear that. Or I could choose a specific catalog number, and it would take me directly to that one issue in the database that has that catalog number. And I got a recycle bin over here. If you just want to delete something out, you can. New entry screen. It's got a drop-down box with all the collecting areas that are in the database, and when you select one, it will then show you a list of all the catalog numbers in the catalog for that particular area. And you can select one, and then it will pop up the rest of the information to fill in. If it is a catalog number that there is a stock photo for, it will say use stock photo here. If it's one like a minor variation, these are plate flaws with the Roman numerals after them, there's no stock photo on those, so it will gray that out and say no stock photo available. But if there is a stock photo available, you'll have the option. You can click use stock photo. There's the stock photo. I'll cancel out of that. I don't really want to add that. We'll go down to the exchange rate. This dollar-euro flip depends on the exchange rate. I've got an option here to manually set the current exchange rate, or I can hit get current rate and it will go out to the internet, search for the current exchange rate, and automatically update it. Set areas, there's data in here from the German states all the way up to the Federal Republic of Germany. If you don't collect all those areas, I don't collect all those areas, you can manually go in and check them, and it will remove those from the various reports that you can run and from many of the drop-down boxes that are in the database. For example, if I say, well, I don't want to collect Baden and Bavaria, then when I go to the new entry, they no longer show up at the top of the list there, whereas if I was to go back and uncheck them, now they're there. So the catalog, I'm slowly importing catalog data from an older version of this database. Right now I've only got these particular areas input, but while I'm in the catalog, it will display right now 733 entries. If there is an entry in the collection for that particular catalog number, it'll note it. It'll say, well, this one's in the collection. If there's not, find one that's not, then it will be red and it'll be grayed out. It says not in the collection. If, for example, it's in the collection, I can click in the collection and it will flip me over to the collection to that particular issue, and then I can flip back to the catalog and it takes me right back to the catalog where I left off on that particular issue. And if there's one that I want to add to the collection, I can hit add to collection. It will take me to the new entry screen. It will automatically fill the boxes with that particular catalog number. Now in the catalog, it's got the catalog price, it's got the set price and set information. It's also got this little box down there that says manually omit from needs list. I have a report that I'll show you in just a second that shows me all the stamps that I still need to fill the holes in my collection. This little box allows me to manually omit something from the needs list. Now, why would I want to do that? In this particular example, I have that number 1 in the full sheet, so I want to omit the single because I don't really need to get the single if I've already got the full sheet. So I can click the button to manually omit that one, and it will not show up as missing from my collection. It's a side effect of having singles and sheets that are cataloged separately, so that once I have the sheet, I can click that and it will remove the singles so they don't show up. Okay, so, along the same lines, on the collection screen, if you've got one that, for example, is just a space filler and you want to make sure that it shows up on your list of stamps you still need, even though you do have one in the database, I can click manually add to needs list and it will manually add that one so that it shows up on the list of stamps that I still need, even though there is one currently in the collection. In the catalog, there's a little button over here that says standard. I have a specialized version of the catalog and a standard version of the catalog. The standard version is going to have a lot less entries. It has all the major variations. The specialized is going to have every single entry in the catalog down to the rarest of the rare, including plate flaws and inverted overprints and things that are not included in your basic set. For example, in the German New Guinea here, it's got the major color variations. But once I get rolling, you can see that they're all fairly standard. If I switch over to the specialized, instead of having 41 entries in the catalog, I have 147, and it includes a bunch of rarer varieties, so that if I want the specialized information, I can have it. But if I just want to see, all right, which of the major variations am I missing, I can flip over to standard, and I'll know which ones of the standard that I'm still missing from the collection. In the reports area, and this is the most helpful area of the database once you get it up and running, I can run reports that show the inventory. For example, by collecting area here, I can say show me everything that I have that's the Walloon Legion. And it pops up two options here. One is output to file, which will output to a PDF file, or print preview, which pops it up on the screen. And the reports look exactly the same, it's just the other one's PDF format. So this lists everything that I have in the Walloon Legion in the inventory. and it includes running totals of the catalog value and the acquisition price. These are very helpful for insurance purposes. Can also do an inventory all, which runs one report that page breaks after every collecting area, so I can have them all in one document if I'd like. Got a batch output to separate files. What that does is it allows me to choose a destination, and it will spit out an inventory report for every collecting area with each one of them in a separate PDF file. Also have needs list, again broken down specialized and standard, that are also broken down by collecting area or with all of them in a single report. And to kind of show you the difference, for example, if I pull up a standard needs list for, say, the Flemish Legion, see, there's only one major variation that I'm missing from the collection. However, if I pull up the specialized needs list for that area, you can see there's quite a few. So that's the difference between the specialized and the standard, is the specialized is going to show a lot of the more rare varieties that are listed in the catalog that you might not want to see all the time. So that's why there's the option for the standard. And as with the inventory, these can also be combined into a single report with a needs list for every single collecting area in the collection, or they can be batch output to separate PDF files. So that's the basics of the database. It's proven to be very helpful. It allows me to see what I've got on the fly fairly easily, and to actually print out some very helpful reports for future shopping and for insurance purposes. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.